Today, we're going to cover 10 steps to create a marketing plan for the real world. First, who am I? Why am I here today as your speaker? Then we're going to talk about why spend time on a marketing plan. And then we'll go through 10 steps to create that marketing plan and leave you with an action list and a little reminder to ourselves to record. So who are we? Why are we here to bring you today's webinar? Um, I'm Margie Moore, CEO of Big Orange Marketing. We have 15 plus years of digital marketing experience. We've helped dozens of clients win millions of dollars of business. We're HubSpot partners and StoryBrand certified. We are a woman-led organization that's some of our leaders in this company. So first of all, why invest time in a marketing plan? First of all, focus. It's going to help you think and gives you a focused plan to check back against regularly. Resources. It's going to help you plan and spend wisely how to allocate your resources. It's going to give you clarity and alignment. A clear plan that's going to allow your team to align resources and actions around that. It's going to help you be proactive, plan out the year. Don't let another year get away from you without having a clear marketing plan and strategy. Measurable goals. You're going to help achieve your financial goals for your firm if you do this. And it's also going to stop you from chasing your tail and random acts of marketing, as a lot of people will call that. So we're going to use a really neat template today that I took from several sources. So many entrepreneurs we work with are using EOS, the Traction System. It's the book called Traction, Get a Grip on Your Business by Gino Wickman. And it is all about having one system to run your business. A lot of people are familiar with that. Here is the VTO, the Vision Tracker Organizer for that. And in this, you can see that marketing is just a small section of this. It includes things like the target market, your list, your 3 uniques, your proven process, and your guarantees. So very helpful to align that, but doesn't really set you up for a plan for the year. So we took another thing called the OGSM worksheet. It's about opportunities, goals, strategies, and measures. And it's this one-page framework. I believe it came from McKinsey and Company long ago. Used it in several different organizations that I've worked with. And it is a one-page way to make a strategic plan for performance management. So 2 great things, just like the old Reese's commercial, better together. Great, and I already covered that. So visually, here it is. There is links to it in the article that I'll send you to right at the end. But anyway, let me cover it. It's going to have this one pager with your campaign name and objectives and theme. And then we're going to go through objectives, measures, and tactics. And we'll take you through each one of these one at a time. Here is a link to that. I encourage you to make a copy for yourself, save it to your own folders. It shouldn't be where you can update right into our copy, but this is a link to our Google Sheet where you can bring this down and do this for yourself. So step number 1, identify your target market, or in EOS language, the list. So get clarity on who your ideal customers are by title, company size, industry, and more. Do you have some new industry verticals you're going after in 2026? That's a good thing. Who do you serve really well? Should you specialize more and go after fewer industries? Personas are embodiments of goals, pain points, and your daily roles of your ideal customers. In Traction, we're talking about that section that is called your target market or the list. It's a chapter in there. And then be sure to discuss update your VTO from your discussions in marketing. So marketing should lead to updating this. Again, here's visually where it is in your VTO, Vision Tracker Organizer. Step number 2 of creating a good plan is review your prior year and your analytics. So you didn't hit your lead goals, or maybe you did hit your lead goals. You have to ask yourself these questions. Did you do the work that you actually planned to do from a marketing perspective? So here's some specifics. SEO rankings. Am I ranking for key terms? If no, you probably want to focus on building up some content and words over the upcoming year. AI search. Are you showing up for AI search? Same thing then. You probably want to focus on building up some content specifically written for AI search. Things like top custom home builders in Utah, top managed service providers in Miami. Look at your website sessions. Did you hit your website session goals? Then look at your backlinks. If not, maybe you need to consider working on adding some more backlinks or maybe increasing awareness to review. Are you being active on social media as you planned? Did you hit what you were planning to do there? Are some posts more engaging than others? Conversion rates, another important thing to assess. Are you converting 1% of your website visitors to leads? If not, review your website messaging. You put this in your plan. A plan to review your website messaging, your calls to action, the usability of your website, the professionalism of your website, and are you clearly showing those three uniques? The three uniques is EOS language. Another thing, did you create the content you planned to create? Assess yourself and be honest with yourself. Okay, now we're going to go into objectives and we'll get right into packing some of this into the worksheet. So based on the VTO work in your assessment, you can now fill in you look at your VTO work from the prior year and you're planning for 2026 now. But you can fill in your core focus and purpose, that's EOS language. So in there, you're going to briefly state the overall vision of the company from your EOS traction worksheet. You're going to pack it into this marketing plan. You're just having the exact same language in two different places. And you're going to be able to set an overarching objective. So you're going to define specific marketing objectives that align with that overall company purpose. I'll show you what I mean. So in our worksheet, a core focus would briefly state your core purpose from your EOS vision tracker. You can move it right in there. And then an objective that supports that might be something like, I'm going to leverage an inbound marketing strategy to increase revenue by 10%. All right, now we're going to get to goals. Goals, you really want to set a limited number of goals for your year based on that assessment. You want to break down that objective into measurable and time-bound goals. An example would be establish the brand as industry thought leaders by producing and promoting monthly educational webinars and white papers. That's a goal example. So objective versus goals. Objectives are high level, like win the war. Goals are more specific, like find and exploit the weakness in the Death Star's design. Visually here, you can see what a goal is. A goal is something like generate 30% more leads through gated content, such as ebooks and webinars. Okay, we're going to bring this to life here. So I'm going to give you several objectives and several goals that you can consider and think about for yourself. Hold on a second. I'm going to take a quick break. Okay. Okay, we're back. So the objective ideas, such as win the war, would be leverage an inbound marketing strategy to grow top line revenue 10%, or increase website traffic by 30% through optimizing search engine optimization, your SEO, and maybe run some SEM, search engine marketing as well. Increase qualified leads by reviewing messaging and creating content for AI search, another great objective. Improve customer satisfaction. Maybe that's something you need to do, customer satisfaction scores. Launch a social responsibility campaign to align your brand, grow your awareness. Or maybe you want to introduce a referral program. That would be an objective. Goals to support that objective would be, for example, if I had an objective of leveraging an inbound marketing strategy to increase revenue by 10%, I would have 1 to 2 goals under that. So similar to identify the weakness in the Death Star, that's where we get into goals. We're more specific here. So if I'm going to I want to increase brand awareness among our target audience by 20% within the next quarter through strategic social media campaigns. And maybe in 2026, I want to plan on paid targeting ads to high intent leads that I'm going to get through some of our high intent third-party platforms. I want to boost customer engagement by 25% by launching an interactive content marketing campaign on a company website, maybe in Q2. Maybe I want to generate 30% more leads through some gated content of an ebook, or webinars. Maybe I want to launch that in Q1. Improve the conversion rate on key landing pages by 15%. I'm going to do that through A/B testing and optimizing those pages. Or maybe I'm going to grow my social media following by 15% through launching a campaign. So objectives, you can see there's one here, just one. I want to generate, the goal was generate 30% more leads through gated content such as ebooks and webinars. Okay, I'm going to pack this in more clearly. All right, great. Now we're going to hit strategies and tactics and fill this in. All right, strategies. So a way to get to great strategies that you want to do, because everyone has great ideas about marketing. Hey, we should do a podcast. Hey, we should do billboard. You probably should not do billboards. Hey, we should do this. Hey, we should do that. So many people have great ideas. So gather all the ideas from all the people in your company, particularly maybe have a brainstorming session with sales, have a brainstorming session with anyone who has marketing experience in your company. So bring sales and marketing together and brainstorm all of the top strategies you can think of. Make it a fun session. Use something like colored stickies, bring the donuts, make it a lot of fun. And then use like a colored dot system to prioritize those top strategies. Leadership and marketing would then organize all of those strategies into a finite list, cut them in half for sure, if not more, and then you're going to pack them into this OGSM worksheet. So let me talk about a tactic. Strategies and tactics. I'm going to bring this to life for you. So if our strategy is increasing brand awareness, a tactic would be leverage a quarterly social media campaign for a key topic such as password protection if I'm a managed service provider. Or another tactic would be leverage content marketing to share thought leadership. So that's an example of tactics to support one strategy. Simplifying this is how you would pack this into your worksheet. Here's the strategies section, and here's the tactics section. Let me show you where I put those. And again, finite. I don't want too many of these things, or I'll never get it all done. But my strategy is to build awareness, and my tactic, one of them, is to launch a targeted social media campaign across platforms to reach to increase reach and engage customers. All right. Step number 6, accountability. We need to assign an owner to each of these tactics. So I made this worksheet work by putting a place where you can clearly assign a name. I'll just show you how it works. So as you can see, one of these tactics is develop and share valuable content through our blogs and videos, and I put initials beside that, and I'm going to cover these two sections here next, but the initials can go right there, and then we have an owner of that task. So step 7, measures. What you measure gets done. So you want to identify key performance indicators, KPIs, that are going to track progress towards the goal and objectives. An example would be example of things that you should be tracking are website traffic, conversion rates, how many of those visitors turn into leads, and customer acquisition costs. 3 great things to measure, for example. An EOS book tip is that they do encourage you to have a leadership team cadence where you're going over that once a week. And then as a whole company, you should have a scorecard where you are tracking some of these core measures. Let me bring this to life for you. These measures related to some of these goals would be, I want to increase website traffic 25%, for example, or I want to hit that 1% conversion rate. And if I'm trying to do that this year, I need to look at my website messaging, my core value propositions, for example. Step number 8, you want to set a meeting pulse. This is very much your EOS language. You want to commit to time to review numbers weekly. with your leadership team as example, or like every other week with the whole team, review those scorecard numbers. Also very important. Step number 9, budget. You want to dedicate a clear budget to support your goals. It's all great to have. We're going to have a marketing plan, but you need to put some money towards it. Like, for example, if you're trying to increase your top line revenue 15%, you need to make sure you have a decent budget to get there. So allocate budget resources based on those specific marketing strategies you outline and go tactic by tactic and think, is there an associated cost? I'll give you some great examples of what I mean. So say I want to increase awareness and I want to do some press releases. Well, then I need to put a budget in for a press release with like a PR newswire. That number is an old number. A PR newswire press release is probably going to run you about 1,500 to get images up and maybe hit some audiences that you want to hit. But put money, do your research and put money towards what you want to do. Say you want to outsource all your content marketing, social media, email newsletters, HubSpot management to like a team like us. We'll set aside a budget like 4,200 per month to get that off your plate and done, and make sure that it's done well. Another great example I have is if you're going to join organizations to have your sales team be out there with people who they can network with. Look up the costs for each of those organizations. Like we belong to the Home Builders Association here in Cincinnati, and I think our costs are in the like 970 range as an associate member. So I need to put that in. So example there. If I wanted to join the chamber, I would look up that and put that in there as well. All right, we're at step 10. So review, communicate and review. Do all this work September, October, November. You need to have this ready before your EOS leadership team annual planning meeting. Know what budget you need, know what your plans are. Review the marketing plan with your entire team. After that, like in a 2026 year kickoff, EOS language, everyone should have a number in the scorecard over time. And then as time goes on, associate more meaning to hitting those numbers, not hitting those numbers, those types of things, but start with everyone having a number. Tip here is marketing is everyone's job, from doing great work to getting great referrals, great reviews, referrals, and everybody can take a turn at thought leadership as well. Okay, did we cover everything? All right. So now let me break it back down into action steps. Number 1, start with the customer. Review your ideal customers' pain points and goals. Use those persona ideas I talked about. We have a whole nother webinar on personas. Set up goals and objectives. Review your prior year. What did you actually do? What do you want to do this year? Set those goals and objectives. Hold a brainstorming for strategies and tactics. Let the ideas fly. Harness all that great ideas that are in everyone's head and then cut it down, boil it down. Then action, pack it into the worksheet as you go along if you want. Clarify your top tactics into the worksheet. Define who is accountable. Set budgets accordingly and then cut it back. Remember EOS traction, the guidance there is always to have only 3 to 5 rocks per quarter. So, there's an example of cut it back, make it doable. Share and measure. Review progress monthly with key leadership. Commit to key numbers that we're going to track in your EOS scorecard, and a meeting pulse where you're going to update people. So that's that's our marketing plan. Pitch for Big Orange, and if you're considering outsourcing your marketing or websites or AI visibility support, we are a team of experts. You get writing, technology, marketing experts. We all keep our skills top notch. Small firm attention, a boutique marketing firm. Complete management, we're very proactive. We're seasoned pros and we're affordable because we're in the Midwest and we're also virtual. And we deliver what others promise. We are very honest. If you have questions, you can schedule a free consultation. Happy to be of service. These worksheets downloads are available on our website. Here is the QR code to get to those templates. Uh, Tatiana, do we have any questions in the um, chat? I don't think we do. I hope this was helpful, and please book a meeting if we can be of service. Thank you so much.